If you've been thinking about becoming a real estate agent, you're probably wondering, is it even worth it in 2025? There's been many changes to the real estate industry. And in this video, I'm going to uncover all of those changes so you're aware of them. And then I'm going to give you my take as someone that's been in the industry for over 10 years on whether it's worth it to become a real estate agent in 2025 or if you should skip it and look for something else. Let's dive right into it. So let's face it, being a real estate agent has always been a popular career. But in 2025, there are some key differences and some key changes that has happened that might make you wonder if this is the right career for you. And you might be wondering, is this the right thing to invest your time in with all the uncertainty in the marketplace? Some of these things include new lawsuits against realtors. They include market fluctuations. They include new technology in the space that some people think will replace real estate agents. So in this video, we're going to go through all of that. But first, let's go over some of the pros of being a real estate agent that I've found over the past 10 years that still hold true today. The first thing is the income potential. Being a real estate agent can be a very lucrative career, or it can be something that is not lucrative at all. If you look at the data, a lot of real estate agents didn't make much money at all in 2024, but many agents made a ton of money, and I personally know agents that made multiple six figures in 2024. So being a real estate agent is one of those businesses and one of those careers that really allow you to earn the amount of money that you want. And that's one of the most attractive things about it. There are some agents that make multiple six figures per year, and the rock stars of the industry that have experience, that have a book of business, and that really go out there and hustle and make things happen. Some of them agents even make seven figures in some of the top markets. So being a real estate agent can be one of those businesses and one of those careers that you can get into for a very low amount of money and make a large income. It just takes a lot of hard work and dedication. So if you think you have that, this might be the perfect fit for you. The next pro that I've seen being a real estate agent is the flexibility and the independence that I've got from starting this business. Now, I will give you a full disclosure. It's not as flexible and not as independent as you think when you get busy, because your clients are going to need you. Your clients are going to want you there to answer questions, and you're going to want to be there, because if not, you're going to lose those clients and you're going to end up like a large percentage of the agents that didn't make a lot of money in 2024. So going into 2025, just know that this career can be flexible. You can make your own hours and you can be your own boss, but the busier you get, and unless you really put good systems and processes in place or hire assistants or showing agents, it's really one of those careers, the more busy you get, the less time flexibility you have. Now, you can pick your own hours, but you got to keep in mind that those hours are also in correlation to the clients that you have. So this is a big pro and also a con, but compared to my 9-to-5 job that I had before I got into real estate is much more flexible and allows me to live the lifestyle that I want. The next pro is the technology and tools. Now, I'm going to also throw this in the con bucket when we get further down the list, but it also is a pro, and it's a big pro, because when I first started back in 2015, it was much different. The technology wasn't as good. You didn't have as much leverage. The tools that you used were not as complex, and it didn't allow you to scale your business as fast, and it didn't allow you to service as many clients as you can today, because the technology is just so good. Everything from AI CRMs and automated property websites, and the ability to generate your own leads with Facebook ads and Google ads, and even prospecting with things like Power Dollars. It's such a dynamic industry, and it's really evolved with technology. And it's become something where you can scale your business in a way that works alongside of technology. And that's one of the best things about it in 2025. The last pro is the job satisfaction and just the ability to help people in general. This is one of the businesses that you can get into and really make a huge impact on people's lives. The truth is, there's a lot of real estate agents in the market that aren't trained, they don't have the right skills, they don't have the right training, and they do a really bad job for clients. And if you can come into the marketplace and offer a exceptional service, you're going to stand out and you're really going to be able to help people. And that's one of the reasons I started this channel, is because I want to help agents get to that level where they are helping people and they are becoming better and they're building a great business, but also helping clients achieve their goals. So one of the best things about this business is you can help people. They're making one of the biggest purchases that they're ever going to make in their lives, and you can become a part of that. And when you do that, when you walk them through this process and you get to the end and it's closing day, they're going to appreciate you for all the work and effort you put in. Now, in the middle of that process, it could be stressful. There could be things that come up, things that they're not happy about. And you're going to have to put out those fires and be that consultant. But at the end of the transaction, you're really making a difference in people's lives. And you could be the difference between them walking away with an excellent deal or them walking away with a total mess and a giant loss of money. So this career provides you the ability to really help people in one of the biggest decisions that they make in their entire lives. Now, I want to talk about the cons of being a real estate agent. And this is going to be the truth that I've seen over the past 10 years. And this is something that is going to be no fluff, and it's something that not everybody talks about, especially people that have found success in this industry. But I want to be real and I want to be raw with you. I feel like there's not enough of that on the internet. And the first thing is there's the fact that the markets can change and you don't have control over that. So you have a business where you have very little control over what's going on in the external marketplace. One thing that I can say is if interest rates double in the year, your business is going to slow down, most likely. Things happen that you can't control. And that's one of the most unfortunate things about this business is sometimes you work really, really hard and you don't get the result because there are external things in the marketplace that you can't control. However, you can control a lot of things in your business. And the truth is, most agents just don't do the work. They don't take the time to learn the skills, and that's why they're unsuccessful. In most cases, like even 2024, there were so many agents. I heard there was a rumor that 74.2% of agents didn't sell a single home. Yet I have friends in the industry that sold 30, 35, 40 homes. You know, there are agents on my team that sold 19, 20 homes, right? So you can do this if you put your mind to it. So don't look at the market conditions as a reason to scare you away, but just know that there are some things that are going to be out of your control in this business. The next one is the competition. Now, this is real and it's raw, and so many people say, oh, there's no competition in real estate. Well, guess what? There's a ton of competition. And it's one of these industries that are super oversaturated, and there's so many people in it. I'm in the smallest state in the entire country, and we have like 6,000 or 7,000 agents right now. So that just shows you that there's super hyper saturation, and that's not going to help you in business. Think about it. If you were going to start a coffee shop, but there were 7,000 other coffee shops around you, or you were going to start a auto repair service and there were 7,000 other ones around you right in your like location area, right? You'd have a big issue getting that business off the ground. The good news with real estate is the competition is mostly asleep at the wheel. So if you come in and you're competent and you learn and you put the work in and you make the effort, you can make this happen. And you can actually have a lot of success because the competition is weak. And that's one thing that should really inspire you to get into this business, because it's one of those industries where you're not necessarily competing against people that are super aggressive. A lot of the agents that you see in those numbers are part-time agents or agents that don't have direction or agents that just simply don't care that much, and this is a secondary income to them. So if you really want to get after it and you want to make the big income numbers and you want to have this as a full-time business, the road is kind of wide open and you don't have that much competition, especially compared to how it looks on the outside. It looks like there's a ton of competition and you're never going to be able to win. But the reality is a lot of that competition is really asleep at the wheel. And if they're doing that, they're really not your competition anyway, if you're being serious. The third con is a very real con. And the truth is, in real estate, for the majority of agents, there's no guaranteed income. When I first got into this business, I was super excited. And then I quickly realized that, like, hey, I'm running out of money here. And that's one of the fears that many people go through when they first start out in real estate. They start to think in their head like, hey, I only have so many more months left before I run out of money and I have to go get a 9-to-5 job again. And that's one of the scariest things about this business, is not knowing when your next paycheck is going to come in. This industry is 100% commission based, and a lot of times you have to pay for extra things like leads, photography if you get a listing, sign installs if you get a listing. There's a lot of expenses that go into this business. Now, there are ways around that. If you join a real estate team or you get involved with a brokerage that covers a lot of that stuff up front, then you don't have to worry as much. But the truth is, most brokerages are going to be 100% commission and you're your own boss. Now, this is also a good thing, because this is why real estate agents have such high income potential, because you're taking on full responsibility, full liability, and you have no cap on your income because you're really writing your own check compared to how much you work and how much skill you have. And that's one of the best things about it. But it is scary sometimes knowing that you don't have a check coming in every single month and you have to go out there and find those transactions to be able to make your income. The last pro is the work-life balance challenge, right? So many agents have this thing in their head where they're just like, hey, I'm going to be my own boss. I don't have to answer to anybody. And so all these things. But as you become more successful, you have challenges with work-life balance. And that's one of the things that not many people talk about, because if you have 10 clients and you have people that you have to show on the weekends and all these different time frames, then you're going to be in a tight situation until you're able to hire help or get showing agents or somebody to jump in and help you out with that workload. And that can really get to the point where you don't have that much work-life balance and you're spending a lot of time working. Now, when you jumpstart your career, this can be a good thing. It can be exciting. It can be fun. But as you go through your career, you might get to the point where you feel a little frustrated with it. Now, there are alternative solutions to, make this work. You can scale with systems. You can scale with hiring showing agents and building a team and doing all that kind of stuff if you want to go down that road. Or you can go the other route and start buying investment property and, building a portfolio that gives you that reoccurring income that you want, that will give you more of that lifestyle flexibility. Now, in my opinion, after doing a real estate team and also buying an investment property, and I'm also looking to scale my portfolios, I found that the investment property is probably, compared to what I've seen in the industry, a lot of the people that do the investment property end up much more wealthy. They end up with a lot more recurring revenue over the life of their career. And it's something that I would highly suggest you look at, because you're building long-term wealth with those rental properties. And I know so many people in the industry that have gotten to the point where, they're multi-millionaires because they bought a ton of rental property and it's gone up in value over time. So I'm a huge advocate and believer in that model. And starting out in real estate and, really getting that cash flow from being out selling and doing your thing and learning the actual business can put you in a position where you can take some of those funds and start buying good real estate deals that does produce that reoccurring stable income that we're all looking for. And it also gives you an asset that generally, in my experience, I've seen has gone up over time over the past 50 years in value. So it's really a good bolt-on to your real estate business. And that's what's going to usually build the long-term wealth from what I've seen in my experience of agents that I've come across throughout my entire career. Now, if you want to get your real estate license after all that, then I would suggest you look at some of our other videos. You're going to have to do a couple basic steps. You're going to have to complete your pre-license education classes, which I will drop an affiliate link down in the description below too if you want to check out our recommended school where you can go take those classes. It's called Colibri Real Estate, and you'll be able to get different sales and discounts with that affiliate code, as we are an affiliate partner of their school. So make sure to check that out if you want to, look into real estate pre-license education. And also make sure to grab our real estate career guide, which will give you a complete blueprint on how to launch your real estate career. So grab that. It's in the description as well below. But once you complete all that, you're going to basically go through, you're going to pass your real estate exam. You're going to find a sponsoring broker. You're going to complete your background check and your license application. And then you're going to get your license and be able to start selling real estate. So it's a pretty simple process, but the pre-license classes can take some time to get done, and you're going to have to spend some time studying. Now, there are some other career alternatives you can look into if you're still not sure being a real estate agent is right for you. There are things like property management that you can do. There are other things you can do, such as appraisal, which is a whole separate license. There's home inspection, if that's a whole nother thing that you'd have to go through and get a license for in most states. So there are other avenues you can do in real estate. And some of them require a real estate license, some of them don't. For example, if you were going to flip houses and basically buy a house, renovate it, repair it, and then resell it for a profit, you don't necessarily need a license in most states to do that. But if you want to be a real estate agent helping consumers and you want to use that cash flow to save up and then buy rental property, you're going to need a license to do that. So it really depends what avenue you want to go down. Is it still worth it becoming a real estate agent in 2025? In my opinion, it is, because it's a great starter business to get into that's going to give you the ability to help you springboard into other things. Whether you're looking to become a real estate investor or you're looking to eventually start other businesses, whether it's a little coffee shop, I've seen other agents do that, or if you just want to build a mega real estate sales business and become the top producer in your market, there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of ways to really grow with a real estate license. So I highly suggest it. Now, I did want to make an honest video about this and give you some of the pros and cons. And if you have questions about them, drop them in the comment section below. And also tell me your story. Where are you at in the process? And do you plan on becoming a real estate agent in 2025? I look forward to hearing from you.